everyone, we're here with Festival Addicts 24/7 with LP, my queen, just so you know. I'm really excited to interview her because the best thing that I have learned about this vivacious woman is that she's not only talented, she also has a big heart for other women. So let's talk a little bit about that and what brought her here today with your music.
Thank you. Sweet intro. I guess probably the thing that brings all my passions together is Femme, which is a nonprofit I started this year. And it is tangibly, it's a monthly free workshop for women to come in LA to come and learn how to produce music and engineer their own music. When I first moved to LA to pursue what I'm doing now, I was meeting so many talented singer-songwriters, and they were sort of waiting for a producer to pluck them out of obscurity and put out their music.
Yeah.
But the thing about the producer role is it's a very male-dominated role, and so there's also this power dynamic that happens in that. And obviously I don't expect every woman to go and be a producer, but to at least be able to speak the language in the studio so that when you're making your song, you can control the sound of it, which is ultimately the sound of your voice, you know? And that to me, I became very impassioned about that. And I've always cared a lot about empowering other women, and so it's sort of a way to bring together music and that, both my loves. And also I think, you know, just being a female DJ in the very male-dominated space is visual representation is really important. And so in Femme House, creating an actual space where that can happen and where women can see other women doing this stuff and, you know, playing with gear and owning their craft. And so we're expanding to New York and San Francisco, and we've had Roland and Moog and Dolby all do workshops with us. It's just been really awesome to see these companies who I've always looked up to and cared about, really knowing that this is a demographic they haven't really tapped into and care about tapping into. So it's been a dream this year to work on that.
Congratulations!
Thank
That's
you.
amazing. Was there anybody in your life that just absolutely just like inspired you?
Yeah.
Who was it?
Totally, absolutely. So I started studying piano in second grade. I graduated high school. I studied with the same teacher, Carolyn Horn. And when I was in high school, she went back to, so she was, you know, in her late 50s, 60s or something. She went back to school to study electronic music. She was the only person over 25. She was the only woman. And she she completely redid her entire studio and got a bunch of gear and synthesized it. She was a classical piano player. And just dove into this head first and tits first. And it was just so inspiring and so cool to see that. And at the time, of course, I just wanted to play jazz, and I was snobby, and I wish I would have been like, listen to what's going on around you. But, you know, I'm sure that definitely inspired me subconsciously and consciously. So when I started doing it, it kind of all came full circle for me to see there isn't a lot of spaces where we can go and learn this stuff in a safe space. And she's the most inspirational human I've ever met. So
I love that.
Yeah.
I think it's so important for women in general in our industry, as DJs, as photographers, to encourage other women, because it's hard out there.
Yeah.
You know, women are coming up.
Totally.
And it's important, and we need to bridge the gap and divide to be like, I got you.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Totally. I think there used to be this idea that there's only one. You know, there's so few women in the game that there's only room for one at the top. You know, the crab mentality, and I think it's really important to break that. And actually, the more we shine, the more we all shine, and bringing everybody up together. And I mean, that's what the boys club. That's how they've done it forever. You know, and so I think it's really important to put each other on and to support each other and play each other's music. And yeah.
Absolutely. With my crew, I try to get as many women involved as possible because it's important. You know, our craft, our passion, it needs to be shared by other women because you know what? We are talented and we are creative, and that needs to happen.
Yeah.
And what's your hopes in say the next 5 years? I know that's a bit away.
Yeah.
But if you were to look long-term goal, we'd be like, this is my end goal and this is what I hope that my legacy is.
Totally. Great question. I think about that a lot. I work with my management team on tangible, 1 year, 3 year, 5 year goals, of course. But I think that, and a lot, those have been sort of happening in steps, and I feel like I'm laying good bricks every day. And but ultimately, I think that what I always come back to, my why, because I mean, it can be grueling to, to be on an airplane every night and to have to show up and to, I just think that I hope that in 5 years I can still tap into my gratitude and be a conduit of joy for the dance floor, because at the end of the day, doesn't matter whether things, how many spins I'm getting and none of that actually matters. I think, connecting with all the beautiful dancers and, feeding them joy and feeding them energy and getting that in return, if that's still happening, then I would say I'm doing it right.
I think that's amazing. I'm my heart just broke right now. So I'm I'm a puddle on the ground.
I think that's what's, and I get really nervous before I play. Yeah, totally. And especially today, my parents are going to be here today. And so I'm like really nervous. But I have to, what always brings me back to the ground is like, it's really not about me. It's about making this like moment for the dance floor that's greater than all of us. That's like, we're like experiencing the same thing together. I was raised by Deadheads. And so the Grateful Dead actually like has a lot of those same unity, ideas. And so it's like, as long as I can ground into that, then I know it's going to be a good show.
Well, thank you so much. Like, you're a big inspiration to me. Like I said, I saw you in San Francisco. You literally like shattered me into every best way possible. Literally, like I was sitting there and I dance a lot. I dance hard.
I could see, I imagine.
I literally was just there like this. She had this white jumpsuit.
Yeah,
I was like,
the white jumpsuit.
Look at my face. I was like, who's this girl? I looked around and my best friend, I was like, who is this?
Oh.
But she's queen. I don't know who she is, but she's my queen.
Oh, that means so much. Thank you.
Honestly, I don't know what you were going through the day before, but I could say with certainty you are going to be around for a long time because you're so inspirational and your energy just shines through so bright. So thank you so much for being inspiration. You're talented, and we're excited to see at Festival 24/7 where you go. We're going to support you no matter what.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Love you too.